Would everyone please rise for the pledge? Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, recognition. This is to advise those present at this meeting of the Board of Education of Pinelands Regional School District in the County of Ocean. The adequate notice of this meeting was provided in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act. The notice has been posted in the Board of Education office, junior high school, and high school buildings. The notice also mailed to the Atlantic City Press, the Asbury Park Press, and filed with the municipal clerks of Bass River Township, Eagleswood Township, and Little Lake Harbor Township, and the Borough of Tuckerton. May I please have a roll call?
Miss Betty?
Here.
Mr. Hewitt?
Here.
Miss Johnson? Bill, is she muted?
I tried to unmute her, she's still muted.
Okay, Miss Johnson?
Still muted.
Okay. She'll be marked absent. Miss Martin? Patty Martin?
I'm here.
Miss Patty Martin?
Here.
Miss Betty Ann McVeigh?
Here.
Miss Zimmerman?
Here.
Mr. Dalio?
Here.
Mr. Bonnicky? He'll be marked absent. Miss Crystal Martin?
Here.
Okay, we're in session.
Thank you very much. Approval of the minutes. May I recommend motion to approve the following minutes. It's open session, regular session, March 18th, 2024, and closed sessions, executive session, March 18th, 2024. May I have a motion?
So made. Second.
Any questions? Roll call.
Just one second. Hold on. You have to, we're using this system. Just going those.
Oh, you take your time.
All right. Okay. Miss Betty?
Aye.
Mr. Hewitt?
Aye.
Miss Johnson?
Yes.
Miss Patty Martin?
Yeah.
Mrs. McVeigh?
Yes.
Miss Zimmerman?
Yes.
Mr. Dalio?
Yes.
Miss Crystal Martin?
Yes.
Motion carries.
And moving on to reports. Reports of the superintendent.
So first we have from our junior high, Brielle McLeave. I'm sorry if I see your name wrong. And Sophia, what is it? McElveen and Sophia Gallo. Thank you for coming.
Greetings, I'm Sophie Gallo, and alongside Brielle McElveen, we proudly serve as student government representatives at Pinelands Regional Junior High School. Within the halls of the junior high school is an undeniable sense of pride and achievement echoing throughout every corner. The academic year, our boys junior volleyball team has become a beacon of excellence, showcasing not only their prowess on the court, but their dedication to academic excellence. Our student athletes have devoted themselves to a rigorous training, honored their skills through relentless practice sessions, scrimmages, and invaluable game experiences. With a current record of 4 wins and 3 losses, including 2 thrilling close matches against formidable opponents like Southern and Barnegat, our team's progress is nothing short of remarkable.
What truly sets our volleyball program apart is the culture of mentorship and support ingrained within it. Seasoned players extend their expertise to newcomers, fostering an environment of growth and camaraderie. Furthermore, the collaborative efforts between our JHS and high school varsity programs under the guidance of dedicated coaches like Mr. Grosso and Mr. Minisali, supported by invaluable assistance by Mr. Carmona, epitomize our commitment by prioritizing academics alongside our athletic pursuits. By instilling in our student athletes the principle of being scholars first and foremost, we've cultivated a unified team that only excels on the court but also supports one another in the classroom and beyond.
in other sporting triumphs, our 7-8 softball team has scored to new heights, boasting a commendable record of 4 wins and 1 loss. Victories against formidable opponents like Russell Blackman, marking a historic milestone for our school, and a thrilling comeback against Manchester with a score of 10-8. The dedication and tediancy of our players. Congratulations, girls, on your remarkable achievements.
Meanwhile, the National Junior Honor Society, NJHS, eagerly anticipates the induction of its newest members next month, as we prepare to welcome fresh talents into our esteemed ranks on May 15th at 6 p.m. in the JHS cafeteria. Additionally, our positive Roar events continue to shine a spotlight on the outstanding achievements of our students with the upcoming reward trivia games poised to celebrate their excellence further. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to esteemed partners like Jersey Mike's, Chick-fil-A, Naples, and Chillin' Out Ice Cream for their unwavering support in making these events possible. Together, we celebrate the spirit of achievement and excellence that defines our JHS community.
Thank you and have a good rest of your night.
Thank you. Our next rep.
All right. So obviously, good evening. First off, so staff and students obviously began their month finishing off their spring break, which I hope everyone had an amazing spring break. Pinelands hosted the Art Expo on the 17th, where art, design, music, chorus, culinary, and poetry were displayed at the high school. So many forms of just beautiful art came together. It was amazing. I hope if you didn't go that you saw photos. I hope you went if you could. It was just remarkable, and I hope we obviously do that again next year. History Club went on their annual trip to Washington, D.C., where they visited the Lincoln Memorial, Washington Monument, White House, and the Museum of American History. Spring sports, including flag football, lacrosse, boys tennis, baseball, track, boys volleyball, and softball are in full swing and have been doing amazing since starting. The Barnegat Blitz Pinelands Bog cleanup was this past Saturday, and students were able to volunteer to help clean up around the bogs. Me being one of them, I just wish it was like a universal experience. I love being out there. I hope anyone that went had an amazing time. We definitely did do a lot of cleaning up, which is very beneficial for the bogs. So that was amazing to have. Thank you to the Blitz. The Pinelands Jazz and Concert Band announced that they will be attending states this year. Many students received glasses from schools to view, the rare and extraordinary eclipse that took place at the beginning of this month. And lastly, a reminder that the Extended Learning Program is still offering free SAT prep classes after school on Mondays, and the monthly calendar is posted on the school website.
Thank you. Yep. All right, I just have a few things. First, I want to thank the tech team for putting together the Zoom this evening at the very last minute. I appreciate your hard work. Just a reminder to the board members, if you want to Zoom in or call in, try to give 24 hours notice so we can get that set up for you. At a recent greenhouse meeting, the Cross family, who are amazing, from Blessings and Blooms, were singing Brant Hall's praises. Mr. Cross was so thankful for all the hard work that Brant did to disinfect, rearrange, and add the required hardware to the greenhouse. Mr. Hall has been so responsive to our needs. The space looks amazing, and our children are already growing plants in the greenhouse. I know that Johanna asked last month about recycling, and I did speak with Mr. Rocheski, who's new to his role, and we did a little investigation. We are recycling, but we have come to the conclusion not to the extent that we should be, and we do need to do a better job. So it is something that we're going to be working on. Okay. So thank you for that. Mrs. Kenny and her team and the teachers have been working hard on portfolio assessments. I'm happy to say that 51 of our students submitted either language arts, math, or both, and they now met that graduation requirement. So thank you to everyone involved in that. I want to thank Kim Hanadel, former board member, for coming up with the idea of a parade. We have now kind of brought this to fruition, and we will be having a parade on October 19th, which will lead into some homecoming festivities, and we're really looking forward to that. So more information to come. There is a construction expo hosted by Ocean County Vote Tech on May 15th. If anyone is interested in that, please reach out and we'll give you some more information. And then without further ado, I do want to present to the board something that's been in the works for about a year. Miss Cambar is the most amazing person. She took a script that I wrote and absolutely made magic out of this. I'm just so proud to show this to you. I know when Dr. Clark saw it, she said, I'm going to cry. It really came out just so amazing because of the hard work and dedication with Miss Barr and really to our staff and students in this district. I just couldn't be prouder. And once again, I want to give a little kudos to Miss Canadell, who said, you know, years ago, as being a realtor in town, I wish we had some kind of promo video to show people that may be moving here. So without further ado, if Matt, you can kill some of the lights and we'll present our promo video. Welcome to the Pinelands Regional School District, where education meets opportunity and the heart of the Pine Barrens beats with a vibrant spirit of learning and growth. Hi, I'm Dr. McCooley, Superintendent. At Pinelands, we believe in personalized learning experiences for every type of student. Our state-of-the-art facilities and expansive campus provide a dynamic environment for students to explore and excel in their passions. For sports enthusiasts, we have a thriving athletic program that spans from the intensity of football to the finesse of volleyball. It's not just about winning games. It's about building teamwork, discipline, and a sense of achievement. If the stage is your calling, our governor's award-winning performing arts program awaits. These accolades underscore the program's continued commitment to excellence. And with an awe-inspiring auditorium and a cutting-edge sound system, students bring stories to life and audiences are treated to performances that leave a lasting impression. For hands-on learners, we offer a range of vocational maker spaces including woodshop, auto shop, ecology, and video productions. It's here that creativity meets craftsmanship and inquiry meets experimentation, preparing students for practical skills that extend beyond the walls of the classroom. Discipline, leadership, and a strong sense of duty. Our ROTC program instills these values, shaping responsible citizens ready for any challenge. Academic excellence is at the core of our mission. A wide array of advanced placement courses challenge our students, and dual enrollment partnerships with Ocean County College and Stockton University provide a head start to higher education. But Pinelands is not just about academics. It's about preparing students for the future. Our apprenticeship opportunities open doors to real-world experiences, setting the stage for successful careers. Recognizing the diverse needs of our students, our 18 to 21 program focuses on workplace readiness, ensuring that every student is equipped with the skills they need for integrative employment and a successful transition to adulthood. At Pinelands, we're not just a school, we're a family. Our dedicated staff cares about each student, fostering an inclusive and supportive community that nurtures growth and success. Pinelands Regional School District, where education meets opportunity and every student finds their path to success. Join us in the heart of the Pine Barrens, where the possibilities are as vast and diverse as the landscape that surrounds us. So to conclude, once again, just a shout out to Cam. You're just so talented and amazing, and thank you so much. We really do have a beautiful campus, many opportunities for our students, and we have a staff that is second to none, and our student body is amazing. So I can't say how proud I am to be superintendent here. It's just amazing to come full circle and be a student here one day and now be leading the district, and hopefully this will be the place that I retire one day. But once again, I just had such a wonderful time doing this because it really does showcase how amazing our school district is. So thank you very much. That's all I have.
So yeah, thank you. Wow, that was really impressive. Thank you very much for that. So moving on to presentations, we have staff members of the year.
Ms. Fresca, do you want to hand these to whoever we're?
Yeah, you can pull them out.
Want to start with Mr. Henderson?
Yep.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to start with our Teacher of the Year this year, which is Jen Soralik Quintens. Right. Come on up. Right here. So I've had the pleasure of working with Jen for the last couple of years. And over the years, she has touched so many lives. She's an incredible teacher. But I chose today to have one of her first students come up and speak, and that would be her son, Michael.
Oh, Michael got big. Man.
Dear Mom, you have not only been the greatest mom I could ask for, but you are my inspiration and I look up to every day. Throughout life, you have always been there for me. You teach me to be responsible in preparation for becoming an adult and in preparation for becoming a contributing member of society. You have taught me traits and characteristics that have helped me be polite, kind, and respectful to those from all walks of life. People notice these positive qualities in me. I'm thankful to you, Mom, and I tell these people that it is you who have shaped me into the human being I am becoming. Even though I might be a pain sometimes, you still stick by me and are there for me when I need assistance. You have guided me towards my independence and have given me confidence in my capabilities. Unlike other kids my age, I can prepare my meals, do my dishes, get the laundry done, usually, and complete my homework and fulfill my athletic responsibilities. This is all because of you, Mom. Through all of the soccer games, practices, tournaments, and even the volleyball games, you have rearranged tutoring and your life just so you can cheer me on. Thanks for being my biggest fan. All of this is proof of your determination to be the best mom to me and your son. Your son. You even dedicated time for your family members, your friends, and the Athletic City mission. I am in awe of how generous you are with your time and with yourself. You have been more supportive than I could have ever dreamed. In your career and outside of it, you have touched the lives of everyone you meet. I'm so grateful that you, the Pinelands Teacher of the Year, are my mom. Even though I may nudge you just a little, whether it's to unlock my phone or turn the Wi-Fi back on when I'm sometimes being punished, you usually don't freak out and you always remind me that there are things to be done before I get my own way. Thank you for that. When Mr. Henderson called me down today to check up on my writing, we both agreed on some key objectives: to honor you, to give you goosebumps, and most of all, to make you cry as you realize how truly special you are. I love you, Mom, and congratulations.
Michael, I cried. I cried, Michael.
Sure.
That's why I didn't cry, because I knew there was gonna be a picture.
Oh, God. I'll get down.
Good evening, everybody. It is with great pride that I get to speak about the high school's Educational Professional Award winner of this year, Mrs. Lauren Dean. Lauren, a graduate herself of Pinelands, has been working here for 20 years. She began her career as a para in the LD program in 2003. In fall 2007, Lauren switched over to join SBYS as a youth development specialist. During her time in SBYS, Lauren has been instrumental in not only supporting students and their families on an individual basis, but also as an integral part of all that we do in our programming. Her strong connections with students and their families are evident as it is not uncommon for them to seek her out long after they have separated from Pinelands. Lauren is a compassionate person who is a true team player and a hard worker, and I could not imagine our Wildcat community without her, Mrs. Lauren Dean. Want me to be in that with you? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, man. Let me see it.
There you go. All right, perfect. On three, 1, 2, 3. Congratulations.
Testing. Good evening, everyone. Dr. McCooley, members of the board. My name is Eric Shore, and I am here to present our Teacher of the Year and Educational Service Professional of the Year as well. Ladies and gentlemen, today I stand before you with an immense sense of pride and honor as we gather to celebrate a truly remarkable individual, Amanda Traina. It is with great pleasure that I announce her formally as this year's Junior High School Teacher of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, Amanda Traina embodies everything we cherish as an educator. She is the epitome of dedication, pouring her heart and soul into her work each and every day. From the crack of dawn until the stars twinkles in the night sky, and that is no lie, because I am here late and sometime Amanda Traina is still here. So when I say the twinkle of the night sky, that is true. Amanda is here, tirelessly working to shape the minds and hearts of our students. Her commitment knows no bounds, and she stays late into the evening, always going above and beyond without a single complaint. But Amanda's impact extends far beyond the walls of her classroom. She is a beacon of inspiration, leading by example through her involvement in various projects and extracurricular activities. Her passion for environmental conservation shines brightly through her work with her Terrapin Release Project, instilling in our students a sense of responsibility for the world around them. Not content with just teaching, Amanda serves as the advisor to the Junior Interact Club, guiding our young leaders to make positive difference on our community. Her unwavering dedication to our students, both inside and outside the classroom, is truly admirable. Yet, amidst her many responsibilities, Amanda remains an unbelievable teacher and colleague. Her wisdom, kindness, and infectious enthusiasm make her a true asset to Pinelands Regional School District. She is not just a teacher, she is a mentor, a confidant, and a friend to all who are fortunate enough to know her. Amanda, today we honor you for your outstanding achievements. Your tireless efforts have not gone unnoticed, and this recognition is a testament to the profound impact that you've had on the lives of countless students and colleagues. Congratulations on a well-deserved honor. Please know that your smile, your compassion, and your willingness to help others at any time are qualities that set you apart and make you truly exceptional. Thank you, Amanda, for being the shining light that illuminates our school community. Here's to you. Congratulations. Our Teacher of the Year, Amanda Traina. I just know that Carol is going to absolutely love this. So next, I would like to introduce formally our educational service professional, and her name is Carol Majoros. A few summers ago, I vividly recall the momentous occasion when Carol Majoros, actually her and I spoke for the first time, but also remember the first time she stepped foot into our junior high school. Leaving behind her tenure in the bustling halls of the high school's main office, with her arrival came a promise of structure, guidance, and a touch of humor to keep even the most chaotic of us on track. And yes, when I say most of us, I am referring to myself. As someone who knows all too well the struggles of staying focused, I can attest
that Carol's task was no small feat. It was like wrangling a tornado with a smile, or as my wife likes to say, it's an exhausting task. Yet without skipping a beat, Carol seamlessly integrated herself into our daily operations, quickly establishing herself as the undeniable force to be reckoned with, the final boss, if you will. And yes, that is my WrestleMania reference. So yes, the final boss out of our educational endeavors. Her meticulous organization, unwavering dedication, and genuine care for those around her were evident from day one. Whether it was managing the main office or ensuring I made it to my various obligations, Carol was always on top of her game, setting the bar high for excellence in every task that she undertook. Beyond her professional greatness, Carol embodies the epitome of kindness, thoughtfulness, and genuine human compassion. Her selfless nature and willingness to go above and beyond for others have left an indelible mark on our hearts and our minds. In her, we find not only a trusted colleague, but also a cherished friend. As I reflect on my 26 years here at Pinelands Regional, I am humbled and grateful for the privilege to work alongside Carol Majoros. She is without a doubt one of the best things that have ever happened to me in Pinelands Regional. Her impact extends far beyond the confines of these walls, leaving an enduring legacy of excellence, compassion, and unwavering dedication. Tonight, as we honor Carol Majoros as our Educational Service Professional of the Year, let us celebrate not only her remarkable achievements, but also profound difference she has made in the lives of countless individuals. Carol, turn the page. You are truly deserving this accolade, and I speak for us all when I say congratulations, and we love you. Carol Majoros. All right, bro, you're invited in the picture too. Come on. Yeah, we have to.
On 1, 2, 3. Congratulations.
Okay, we're gonna move on to, we can get to that. We're coming up now to the budget public hearing presentation by our BA, Amanda Miller. If you want to leave at this point, this is your opportunity, or you can stay and watch. It's up to you.
Okay, while they're saying their goodbyes and Amanda gets set up, I just want to go over a few key points regarding the budget and the creation of it. So as you may or may not know, and Amanda's going to go into this in a little more detail with her presentation, we got $2 million cut in state aid this year, which definitely was a shock to us collectively. We're not really sure if it's because of S2 or if property taxes, we're given certain information, but we are appealing it and trying to get some of those fundings back. But Amanda and I have, and she's going to review this as well, carefully planned, anticipating that this may happen. So for example, we had ESSER funds for years that now are running out. So we put positions in the grant that we knew those people were going to retire. So we don't have to replace them. We don't have to replace the funding in the general budget. So that is just one thing that we did in anticipation of this. We also obtained some other grants in the meantime. So I have my mental health grant. Janelle was gracious enough to get the pipeline grant. We now have a targeted assistance grant for this year and next year. So we took positions that may have been funded in the general fund and moved them to these grants to save more positions. We had some retirements, and instead of automatically filling them again, we looked at who else in the district has those certifications. Who can we move around? What are the class sizes like and things like that, just to ensure that we weren't depleting our savings. We utilized bank cap a little bit each year. So we didn't get into the position where we were so in the negative that we needed to use an abundant amount all at once and have an astronomical impact to the taxpayers. Also, if you use a little bit at a time, when you do raise taxes the following year, that 2% means more because you've used a little bit the year prior, raising your overall budget. So just another way to carefully plan for the future. And then lastly, and Amanda does a great job with this, saying no and, carefully saving that if you do get these fundings cut, that you're not in dire straits. We definitely are being impacted by it, but we were able to plan, not saying that we don't need those funds back. We do, because next year we don't know what position we're going to be in. But I'll let Amanda take it over from there and present the budget.
Thank you, Dr. McCooley. So like she said, it was a challenging year for the budget. I'm glad it was not my first year. But, I think we, as an administrative team, with the support of the budget committee, we did a good job, and I feel comfortable with where we're at. And I feel like we're going to be in good shape for next year. It would be very nice to get some of the money back. But, we feel comfortable with the budget as it is. This is just a slide showing our current board members. And these are the budget committee members, Mr. Bonacke, who's not here tonight, Mr. Dalio, Betty, Mrs. McVeigh, and Mr. Hewitt all helped. We met probably 3 or 4 times throughout like November through April. And they were really helpful. They gave us different insights that, they have as community members that we don't have necessarily being at the district. So I wanted to thank you guys for your input. This is a slide showing just how many staff members we have at the district. Our benefits and salaries are about 75% of our total budget. So that is everything, health benefits, insurance, everything, the salaries for these 292 staff members. So as Dr. McCooley touched on, these are some of the challenges that we had to be coming up for the 24-25 budget. It's a little shy. Did I do something? A little shy of $2 million that we got cut in our state aid. Our federal COVID money, ESSER funds, they're called, ran out this year, and we've had them for the past 3 or 4 years since COVID hit. We were able to buy a lot of things with those monies. We bought, the anatomy table. We've been able to do a lot. So we're thankful that we did have that money, and we have been planning for, since we got the money, that we knew it wouldn't last forever. Historically, we have only gone to the 2% tax increase. Sometimes we've gone lower. This year, we are going up to 3.17, which is our total, including all of our banked cap. And we are doing this because historically the state releases something called stabilization aid. And if you are applying for stabilization aid, which comes out not until the summer, they basically cut your state aid and then offer stabilization aid. You have to show proof that you used all of your taxing authority. So we needed to go up to that 3.17 of their banked cap to be able to even qualify for the stabilization aid. One of the challenges is that the PA contract is not settled. So in order to try to anticipate what the salaries are going to be next year, it was kind of a guessing game. We did the best we could, but that's something that if it was settled, would be easier. Not placing blame on either side. I'm just saying that's a challenge. We did file an appeal for them to recalculate our state aid calculation because we felt that there was an outlier in our district income. That appeal was denied. And this will affect our future years. I mean, we've been able to budget conservatively, but also make it so we can put money back into our reserve, our maintenance reserve, our capital reserve. With having such a tight budget, we are not going to be able to have those funds to put in those reserves. But we're going to still do the best we can. We do have money in reserves now, so if something happens to one of the buildings or whatever, we're not, we'll be okay. Some of the positives Dr. McCooley did touch on, even though our regular tax is going up, our debt service for the taxpayers portion is going down by $30,000. So that's the part of the referendum project that the local share is reducing this year. We do have new grants. We have the additional targeted assistance, like Dr. McCooley said, and then the 2 new mental health grants. Marissa Elwood has been very successful in bringing out-of-district placements back to Pinelands, which saves us a lot of money in busing and tuition costs. We are happy to say that there's no change or reduction in programs. There's not going to be a real heavy burden felt on the district with this cut that we got. And we're able to keep the Pinelands experience, which is, I know, is a huge thing that is kind of a Pinelands rite of passage. So we were able to keep that in this budget for next year. This is a chart of the funds, of the total funds for the district, the special revenue, those are the grant funds, and our debt service. And the tax is on the bottom is what is the taxpayer's responsibility. This is how I determine what the sending districts are responsible for. This is a document that comes out with our aid notice every year, and it just says what the equalized value of each town sending district is, what the enrollment is, and what their share is for the regional allocation. So this is how I know how much Bass River is liable for, or Little Egg. So this gives a lot of information, and this is how I come up with that. That works. Diagram's not coming up there. All right, well, my little pie chart's not coming up, but this is basically a breakdown of where our funds come. 63%, oh, there it is. 63% of the total budget is coming from the taxpayers. 27%, and I think that's down from 32% last year, is coming from state aid, and the other 10% are things like interest. We have some incoming tuition students. There's those other things that the district gets money for that is in that other category. This is a comparison of our state aid from last year to this year. You can see the most was in the equalization aid, and the equalization aid is state. This is basically the cut is the state saying that our town, the local share, they can afford to pay more in the tax and that's why they cut our aid. I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't think anybody wants to agree with that because then we can only raise it by 2%. So they cut us by 1.9, we can only raise it 2%. But this is what we were given. So this is what we had to work with. This is just a breakdown of the main things that are in the categories of our expenses. As you can see, 76% is between salaries and benefits. Transportation is our other big expense. And then everything else just kind of falls underneath that. And this is the impact on each individual sending district. This is just giving, what your home is valued at. So if your home is valued at 100,000, you're looking like you're getting a $16 increase for the year. If your home is worth 250, you're getting about a $40 increase for the entire year. I think that a lot of these numbers were not as bad as I anticipated them to be because the equalization value of every town went up, which means there's more taxpayers, or maybe there's been more building in the community, so the tax burden is spread amongst more people. This is for Tuckerton. For a $100,000 house, you're about $17,000. For $250,000, you're at about $43 of increase for the year. Bass River, I know Bass River and Eagleswood got a large decrease last year, so they're they're $4 for $100,000 house, and $250,000 house is about $8. And Eagleswood is a little bit higher. 100,000 is going to be about $7 a year, and about $16 for a house that's worth 250,000. So I know that, any increase is not ideal, but it's just part of what we had to do. I mean, we had to make up the difference somewhere. So the county office has already approved this budget. We will be, after it is approved tonight, we'll be opening up in our accounting system for people to start making necessary purchases and planning for next school year. Again, I wanted to thank Dr. McCooley, Gina, and the board committee and the administration team for helping for this budget. We had to meet many times, some difficult conversations, but we really came together and we made a good budget this year. So thank you very much. Does anybody have any questions? Any questions?
Yeah. Got a quick one for you.
Okay.
Not to put you on the spot, but what an assessed, have an idea of a house that's assessed at 500, 600,000?
If you just take that 100,000 and just multiply it by 5,
So
it
just goes
yep.
each 100,000.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I just put some examples on there.
Yeah, how many houses, 300,000 in our town, so
Right. So maybe next year I will make some higher numbers
no problem.
because I guess
Appreciate
assessed
it.
values are going up. Any other questions? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We were going to.
You want on something?
First residence forum. Yeah.
And right now, we're moving on to work session, board forum. Anyone from the board have anything to say? Anyone have new business? Moving on to old business.
For what, Patty? Which one? No, you can, if you have something to bring up. Sure.
Regarding Rowan University having, which I think is wonderful that we're adding interns, the use of the word intern. Is that a student teacher? Another name for a student teacher?
No, typically the interns are through like social work or something in the mental health field. They have to do hours to get their license. A student teacher would just be called a student teacher. And it's a field placement when it's a student teacher.
So we're gaining interns
Yes,
that are doing their field work.
they're doing their internship here and they have to work under someone's license. So they would work under either Karen Kenny's license, Janelle's license, like someone has to have the license in that field for them to work under and get that internship.
Very good.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Moving on to residence foreman. Agenda items only. Board policy 0167 encourages community participation in every meeting. However, the board requests that the public respect a reasonable time limit when commenting on agenda items, in board form. Residence form. And we'd like to speak. The podium, sir. I know.
Right.
I can't enforce it.
I know. Well, you know.
Hi.
Just state your name.
Yeah, my name is Brian Britton, and I'm a local resident. My kids go to the school here. They're behind me. I typically don't come to these meetings because I feel at times perhaps it doesn't matter what's said on this side of the podium because you're going to make the decisions you're going to make whether we agree with them or not. But I felt it was necessary to come here tonight and share our feelings as well as my experiences with teachers and coaches like Miss Capola. I can stand here and say with certainty that she has absolutely made a difference in both of my daughters' lives from the moments we met her here. What she does for our students, both on and off the field, is going to stay with them for their entire lives. She spends her days teaching students about some of the most important things in our world, like science, And then she shows up after hours teaching the kids how to be the best athletes they can be and guiding them to understand the knowledge and the pace of games like softball. But more importantly than that, she guides them how to be great human beings, right? She shows these students how to be kind as well as how to be good team members and how to lift people up when they're down or to cheer for somebody when they're doing something great on the field. You can clearly see her love for our kids each and every day on and off the field. And I know that she does a lot, both in the building and outside of the building. She gives up her lunches every day to be with the students, and she goes above and beyond. She shows that she's listening to them and that she's giving them the best guidance she can. I witnessed this with my own eyes. My daughter wasn't going to play sports this year, or softball at least. And for multiple reasons, Coach Capola kept on her, kept checking in on her, kept talking to her, and she kept pushing her because she saw something in her. And I have to say that I'm so glad that she did, because every game I see my daughter Annabelle showing up, smiling, laughing with her teammates, making plays on the field, and having a blast. She's a teacher and she's a coach that means something more than just the dollars and cents behind it. You know, I see the school spending money on things like new modular buildings where we already had a building, and departments like media or admins for media or excess admins for higher level staff. And I'm sorry, but I feel like educators like Ms. Capola deserve a shot just like those salaries. I feel like we're definitely top heavy and it feels wrong to lose her. So I'll try to sum this up here. Yeah, it's true. You know, I don't have a peek behind the curtain. I don't see every single dollar and where it needs to be spent or where budgets need to be cut. I'm well aware of that. But what I can say is that in terms of Ms. Capola, there has to be a way that we can cut things that don't make sense over her. And no offense, but I don't see the Pinelands experience as a necessity over teacher salaries like that. So in my mind, simple extracurricular things like that should be withheld in order to save jobs. Not having her, Ms. Capola, will impact a lot of students as well as parents. So I ask you to just rethink it as hard as you can and do whatever you can to find cuts in other ways so that she can remain an educator here at this school and continue to provide the necessary guidance to our kids, because she absolutely makes a difference. So thank you.
Thank you. Just a reminder again, this is for agenda items only. You can at the second come up and whatever you want to express to the board, that would be the time. I let you go.
Okay.
So
All right.
you're already going, so just rock and roll.
Thank you.
Okay?
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, moving on. Okay, this is instructional. Recommend motion to approve instructional items A through E. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Any questions? A roll call, please.
Miss Betty,
Yes.
Mr. Hewitt,
Yes.
Ms. Johnson,
Abstain, I don't have internet right now.
Miss Patty Martin, abstention noted, sorry, Miss Patty Martin, Mrs. McVeigh,
Yes.
Ms. Zimmerman,
Yes.
Mr. Dalio,
Yes.
Miss Martin, Crystal Martin.
Yes.
Sorry, I will eventually stop doing that. Motion carries.
Okay, we're moving on to personnel. Recommend motion to approve personal items A through U. Can I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Any questions? Roll call, please.
Miss Betty,
Yes.
Mr. Hewitt,
Yes.
Miss Johnson,
Abstain.
noted. Miss Patty Martin, Mrs. McVeigh,
Yes.
Ms. Zimmerman,
Yes.
Mr. Dalio,
Yes,
Crystal Martin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
thank you. Moving on to HIBs. Recommend motion to approve HIB item A. Can I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Have any questions? Roll call?
Miss Betty,
Yes.
Mr. Hewitt,
Yes.
Ms. Johnson,
Abstain.
noted. Miss Patty Martin, Mrs. McVeigh,
Yes.
Ms. Zimmerman,
Yes.
Mr. Dalio,
Yes.
Ms. Crystal Martin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Policies and procedures. We have none at this time. Moving on to operations. Recommend motion to approve the following operation items A through J. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Do I have any questions? Roll call, please.
Ms. Betty,
Yes.
Mr. Hewitt,
Yes.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Which one was this? Operations?
Miss Patty Martin,
Yes.
Mrs. McVeigh,
Yes.
Ms. Zimmerman,
Yes.
Mr. Dalio,
Yes.
Ms. Crystal Martin,
Yes.
motion carries.
Thank you.
Number 13.
Just making sure, just double checking something.
Did she
Okay.
just vote?
Yeah.
I don't-
Yeah, she did.
Not yet, right? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on to report of the Board Secretary Business Administrator. Recommend motion to approve the report of the Board Secretary Business Administrator, items A through N. May I have a motion?
Second.
Any questions? Roll call.
Miss Betty,
Yes.
Mr. Hewitt,
Yes.
Ms. Johnson,
What are we doing? I'm sorry, agenda items.
agenda
The
item.
report of the board secretary.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
All right, bill list, I have to abstain.
And travel.
Say that again? Oh,
She abstained. The bills list. you have
Bill
to-
list, I have to abstain.
And travel.
and
for
also
me,
travel.
Just for me.
Travel, there's Dr. McCooley has travel items on the agenda.
Correct, and I abstained, correct?
Okay, yeah, I just wanted, you just said the bills list. Okay. So you're abstaining on the bills list and the travel motion, but yes on everything else?
Yes.
All right, noted. Miss Patty Martin, Mrs. McVeigh,
Yes.
Ms. Zimmerman,
Yes.
Mr. Dalio,
Yes.
Ms. Crystal Martin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Moving on, informational items, listed as monthly attendance, monthly discipline reports, and security drill. Moving on to residents forum general topics. Board policy 0167 encourages community participation in every meeting. However, the board requests that the public respect a reasonable time limit when commenting on a topic. Open to the public. If anyone would like to speak, speak now.
I don't have fancy invitations like last year, but film festival second year is on June 13th. If anyone would like to join us, kids are cooking up some really cool stuff. So thanks. I'm Cameron.
Thank you.
Thank you. Am I seeing no one? We're going to move on to board forum.
Me,
Yes,
my apologies.
you go right ahead.
I don't really have much to say other than I don't understand like I'm not an economic person, but I don't think the cut's good. I don't know. I'm assuming it's not. I'd assume. But I'm under the impression that we're handling it well, from what you stated. Other than that, thank you for looking in if we recycle, excuse me. Need water.
Yeah.
That's really all I have. Oh, tomorrow, student government is hosting a fundraiser at Chick-fil-A. The money raised will go to senior scholarships. So if you go, please say PRHS for the code. If you do end up going, that's all I really have.
What is the code?
It's PRHS. You're welcome.
Crystal,
I have nothing tonight, thank you.
anything today? Ms. Johnson.
Yeah, I was kind of upset that we didn't get any presentation about the New Jersey State report for our grades. It was kind of dismal. I think we need to look into our director of curriculum and why our students are not doing so hot. So I hope the CSA looks into that. And also, I know there was a unfair labor practice against an employee, so I would suggest the CSA and maybe other admin take a Rutgers management course on how to handle that, so we don't have to deal with this going further. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Shannon?
Yes, just hold on one second, sorry. Just two quick things. Thank you for the follow-up from last week, Mr. Shore, for bringing in the junior high. It was great to hear from them. Looking forward to continuing that. And also just to echo, I know that Harry Cross sent a note in. I can say personally, my son is working with Harry on the greenhouse and he absolutely loves it. So I would encourage anyone else who has that green thumb or is interested. Huey said there wasn't many kids there, but again, if we can promote the greenhouse and volunteering, I know they're doing some really, really great things there.
Thank you, Shannon. Miss Betty.
To the gentleman that advocated so passionately for your teacher, that is an amazing thing to say. This is the time of year when non-tenured is a very dangerous place to be. It's just, but what you said, this sounds like a person who's going to be wildly successful wherever she is. And from what you said, I hope we get to keep her. So that was lovely. Thank you. I want to say something for the boys volleyball team that the junior high school ladies spoke about. We didn't have one for the longest time, and they're really doing well. That's impressive. They're coming out swinging, and there's so many wonderful things. I didn't get to go to the cleanup. I had wanted to. That's amazing what we're doing with that. It's downhill from here. It's almost the end of the year. There's a lot of chances to do things well. This is it. So I'm enjoying this. Let's see what happens next. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. David.
Just want to again congratulate those staff members that were chosen as Teacher of the Year and Educational Services Professional of the Year. You don't always realize the impact that you make on students' lives, and I hope that at Pinelands we can continue to keep teachers and staff members in our district who will positively impact our kids for their futures. And it's just a great thing. And once again, congratulations to each of those who are awarded tonight. And I know May always contains Teacher Appreciation Week, and I just want to extend a heartfelt thanks to all of the teachers and staff members who put in a lot of hard work and effort each and every day and take the time to see beyond just the academics and help shape and mold our students. Would also like to congratulate the Performing Arts Department and their excellent job that they did at the Teen Arts Festival, and just congratulations to them as they get to go on and perform at the state level and at the Ocean County College Heritage Festival. Those are both really great honors. It's so great to see our fields teaming with kids playing softball and track and baseball and all of the different sports that are going on. Thank you to the ladies who presented as the junior hires. It's nerve-wracking to present in front of a bunch of adults, and they did a great job representing the school well. And I think it's awesome that our school is so involved in the restoration of the bogs. I think Mr. Arduin and the crew that's been doing that has just been doing a phenomenal job, and we're very thankful for that.
Well said. Thank you very much, David. What do you have tonight?
Everything that Mr. Hume.
What do you have written down?
That went the other way. The video. Showcase.
Yes.
Yeah.
The video. Yes, that's wonderful. Truly is wonderful. So thank you to all involved. I'd also like to thank Ms. Canada with the parade. I just see that as being so wonderful, not only for the school district, but the entire community. They could really be involved, or even something for them to just come out and watch. I just think that's absolutely wonderful. I always get very emotional this time of year looking at those that will be student graduates of Pinelands Regional, and I always like to wish them all, all the best. No matter what path you choose, we're behind you, and you can do it. Whatever it is, you can do it. Thank you.
Thank you. Eddie Ann.
I didn't leave much meat on the bone, but I'd like to congratulate all the staff for their awards for the year. I'd also like to, I was afraid Mr. Hewitt was going to steal it from me, but I believe that it was the Paper Mill Playhouse that recognized our theater program. Some of the actresses and actors, and even our hair and makeup and costume people. My grandson was a turtle in the most recent production, and he's still talks about what you had to do to get that costume to make him look like a turtle. So a magician you must be.
She is.
But congratulations on that. It might seem like old hat saying congratulations to our theater program, but they just continue to amaze all of us in what they're capable of doing, and they deserve every award. All the sports programs, I'm gonna give my usual little spiel. About this time of the year, you have a lot of kids out playing, riding bikes at parks, especially here in the evening. We have some kids that will be playing or practicing on our fields. Look out for them, try to slow down. If you're going by a park or a playground or a school, and so we can be safe. That's all I got.
Thank you very much, Betty Ann. So that means there's nothing for me to add. So thank you very much for attending. Look, I mean, it's so nice. We got the Moleskis there together at the same time. What a rarity. It's nice to see you attend. Okay, well, that's all I have. Can I have a motion for adjournment?
Motion.
All ayes?
Aye.
Nays? Abstentions? Thank you.